Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This channel, Avid Science, is all about trying to learn various concepts of Avid Science by practicing a lot of questions. In this video, we are going to solve this question on Leetcode regarding find emotionally consistent users. The difficulty level of this question is medium, and I am going to share the SQL schema as well as the Panda schema in the description box below. Okay, the question reads: we are given a table called reactions with three different columns: user ID, content ID, and reaction. The combined column user ID and content ID is the primary key, that is unique value for this table. Each row represents a reaction given by a user to a piece of content. We are asked to write a solution to identify emotionally consistent users based on the following requirements. For each user, count the total number of reactions they have given. Only include users who have reacted to at least 5 different content items. A user is considered emotionally consistent if at least 60% of the reactions are of the same type. Return the result table ordered by reaction ratio in descending order and then by user ID in ascending order. Reaction ratio should be rounded to two decimal places. Okay, let's go through this example. Here we have a reactions table with different user IDs, content IDs, and their reactions. So if we look at user ID 1, so user ID 1 has reacted to 5 different contents. So it satisfies the condition that only consider those users who have reacted to at least 5 different contents. Now, are they emotionally consistent or not? So for out of 5, 4 of them are likes and one is wow. So 4 out of 5, that is 80% of user ID 1's reaction is like, and since it is more than zero point 0.6 or 60%, therefore we can consider user ID 1 as a emotionally consistent user, and that is what we have in our output. Right, so solve this question. What we can do is from this reactions table. Right, so from this table called reactions, let us try to count for every user ID and reaction how many content they have reacted to with the same reaction. So group by the user ID and the reaction, then return me the same column. So return me the user ID and the reaction, and then count distinct content ID. Right, so count of distinct content ID, and let's alias this as whatever we require, let's say number. And let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So if we look at our output right now, what we have is we have for every user ID and the reaction how many of those content IDs this particular user has reacted with that particular reaction. Once we have this, what we can do is we can save this in a common table expression. So with CTE as, this entire thing goes into parentheses, and then what we can do is from this common table expression, now we need to create columns such that we satisfy all these different conditions. So the first thing that we need to make sure is the count of total number of reactions they have given is at least 5. So we need to basically count. What we can do is we can say that okay, keep all the 3 columns that we have in the common table expression, and then let's perform a sum of the number column, because that is going to give you how many different content IDs this particular user ID has reacted to. So we can simply do sum of the number, and we can use a window function. So let's use sum as a window function. So whenever you are writing a window function, you need to write the over clause, and we need it for every single user ID. So partition by user ID, and let's alias this as, let's say, content reactions, right? Whatever you want to name it at. So if I go ahead and run this, let's see what do we get. So now what we have is how many different contents this particular reaction has been given by the particular user, and then total content reactions, that is 5. Now, what we want is if we divide this number by the content reactions, that is going to give us the reaction ratio. So instead of saving this entire thing in another common table expression and then doing number divided by content reactions, we can simply go ahead and do it directly here as well. So what we do is number divided by this entire thing is basically what is content reactions, right? So we can do that as well. So divide this, right? And we also need to make sure that this is rounded to two decimal places. So what we do is just simply write round this entire thing to two decimal places, and let's alias this as what they say, reaction ratio. Now let me go ahead and see what we have. So what we have here is, now you can see that you not only have user IDs, reactions, the count, as well as total content reactions, but also the reaction ratio. Now, in if you look at our output, what we have is we have the dominant reactions. That means whatever has the maximum reactions, that is what we need to keep in the output. So we also need to rank based on descending order of number for every user ID, so that wherever rank equal to 1, that is the most dominant reaction. So we can use the row number window function. So this is third window function in same SQL query. So row number, and since this is again a window function, you need to write the over clause over partition by, we need it for every user ID, but order by number in descending order. So number in descending order, and let's alias this as rank. If I go ahead and run this, let's see what do we get in our output. So now what we have here is we have the user ID, the reaction, the count, total content reactions, reaction ratio, and rank based on where we had the most dominant reaction. Now once we have all this information, then we can use this to satisfy all the conditions question has asked us to do. This entire thing also goes into parentheses. So CTE2 as, this entire thing is in parentheses now. And then what we are going to do is from this common table expression 2, let's do and apply the filters one by one. So where the first thing that it asks us to do is only include users who have reacted to at least 5 different content items. That means we need to make sure that the content reactions, which was basically the count of total reactions made by a particular user, it should be at least 5. Then we also need to make sure that we are only reporting emotionally consistent people. That means the reaction ratio is greater than equal to 60%. So reaction ratio is greater than equal to 0.6, and we need to only keep the dominant reaction in our output, right? So if I have to only keep the dominant reaction, remember we ranked by the number in descending order. So what we do is only keep the dominant reaction. So rank is equal to 1. Now all the conditions are satisfied. In our output, what we want is the user ID. So return me the user ID. Then reaction should be aliased as dominant reaction, and we also need the reaction ratio. Now finally we need to sort this in a particular manner. That means you need to order this entire thing by reaction ratio in descending manner and by user ID in ascending order. Okay, I think this looks good. Let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So yeah, this says accepted. If we look at our output is exactly same as expected output. Let me go ahead and submit it to pass all the test cases or not. So yeah, this is accepted, and this is how we did. So not a difficult question, but very tricky. What we basically had to do was, firstly, for every user ID and reaction, we performed a count and saved this in a common table expression called CTE. And then we used window functions 3 different times. First time we calculated, okay, what is the total number of reactions made by the person? Then what's the reaction ratio? And then finally ranked based on the total number of reactions made, because in our output we only need to keep the dominant reaction. Once we had all that extra information, we can now perform filtering. So what we did was we only kept those where total reactions were greater than equal to 5, reaction ratio is 60% or more, and since we only need the dominant reaction, rank equal to 1, and then we sorted by whatever was asked in the question. So this is how we do it. Let me know if there is a better, more efficient to solve this question. Let the solution be in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.